been about 3 weeks since I've been to the ER with atrial fibrillation, and really made my anxiety way worse since I have cardiophobia and heart anxiety. Finding out that I actually had a heart condition possibly, has made my anxiety very high these past 3 weeks. As you could imagine, if you've watched my earlier videos about me struggling with anxiety, and more specifically anxiety centered around my heart, it's a lot. It's a lot to go through mentally and emotionally and even physically. And I backpedaled tons mentally to where it's difficult to leave the house. So it was nice that I went on this walk by the river. It was really windy and cold, but I just felt like I needed to get out. I feel like I'm back at square one again with anxiety. And like all the things I learned just kind of went out the wayside. At least it feels that way anyways. Depression and anxiety are really, really high. And just the fear of death and heart attacks are just constantly on my mind. I'm constantly checking my pulse and stuff. And now I have to. It's not just like a trigger or a compulsion anymore. It's something I actually have to do, which isn't going to make my anxiety any better. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. So I have to make life changes now regarding my health, and I'm going to start eating healthier, quit smoking. I keep trying that, but I got to stop that, and ease into working out again. Because not only is working out a trigger for afib, but it's also a trigger for my anxiety as well, so it's going to take some getting used to. But this scare may have pushed things in motion for me to really get serious about living healthy again. I was doing really well, working out and eating well and everything, and then I just fell back to my old ways. So this is a good motivator. Helped me get that ruby and sapphire. So I'm at work, and I'm quitting smoking again. So my thoughts are, I need to start working out to get my heart healthier, and I'm gonna have to ease into that. And it's gonna be a lot easier if I quit smoking, because I'll lower my heart rate and my blood pressure and stuff. So I'm gonna stop smoking, start eating healthier, and then slowly start getting back into working out. So update, my blood pressure went to normal after like 5 minutes. So it's been 2 hours since I had a smoke. My blood pressure and heart rate dropped to normal, according to this app I got. I'll keep you posted. It's the next day, currently working. I went to get another blood test drawn, and found out I have really high blood sugar and near diabetes. But good news is if I change my diet, I could reverse it. Still waiting on the results for the echocardiogram. Really nervous about that. No, last time it turned out fine, but I don't know, just with the cardiophobia, being afraid of having heart issues and going through all this is a lot. So I'm still smoking, unfortunately. I'm trying to quit that. It's like every day I quit and then I go right back to it. So like I said, I decided to change my diet. I'm gonna have mostly a very low, if not no, saturated fats, because it's really healthy for the heart and reduces cholesterol. And eat mostly fruits and vegetables and fish in place of red meats. Just reduce cholesterol to a minimum for my heart health. And I'm also going to be eating or taking multivitamins as well. And again, try to quit smoking. That's the other big one. And So I'll be shopping. Gonna eat a lot of berries too, since they have a lot of antioxidants and good for your heart as well. Pretty much anything that's good for your heart, I'm gonna be eating a lot of. So I got back from the cardiologist, excuse me, about a few days ago, and he kind of briefed me up on what the echocardiogram said, and he said that I have afib, and he said if not untreated or left untreated, that it can progress and that it could become like a threat because it could raise the risk of heart attack and stroke. So it was good news and bad news. But he said that it's very slim chance that I'll end up having a heart attack or anything like that, because I'm so young. He said less than about 1% chance. And so, yeah, I'm just gonna start working out again. I'm gonna focus mostly on aerobics. Before, when I worked out, you could watch my channel, I was doing mostly heavy lifting, weightlifting, and now I'm gonna focus mostly on cardio, running and biking and swimming, things like that. I feel a little better, but still stressed out about it. You know how anxiety is. So, yeah, I thought I'd give you an update. Gotta change my diet. Obviously, I've been talking about that. Still need to quit smoking. That's probably the hardest thing to do. Ironically, it's crazy how something that can kill you could be so addicting. It's so hard. I've been doing it for so long and smoking so much that it's difficult, but I have to do it. But I just have to pay attention to my triggers. He also said that, like I said, it'll progress over time, and eventually the medicine won't work. So they'll have to change how they go about that, whether through surgery or changing medication, etc. But he said that probably won't happen for 20 years or so. So I'm just gonna really focus on getting healthy and staying healthy. So, hey everyone, I just got out of the shower, and this is gonna be the first time that I work out since my AFib, and actually since a while. I'm not gonna lie, really nervous. I'm afraid I'll have some sort of AFib episode. It's been a really hard few weeks. I know I've mentioned this before, and if I kind of say things I've already said, I apologize. This video I've been filming this one video for like the past week or two now, so it's just kind of what I'm thinking at the time. I'll just pick up the camera and kind of helps. So if I repeat stuff, I apologize, but it's been really hard emotionally. Ever since I got AFib, I've been researching it a lot because that's usually what I do. I mean, it was like the same thing I did with anxiety. I know I did a lot of research, and I hear a lot about it, and it talks about dangers of stroke and heart attack and risk prevention. And they're saying that progresses it always progresses, but you can slow it down through medicine and exercise, things like that. And it's just like part of me just feels hopeless. I know that sounds weird because it's AFib by itself is non-threatening, but it feels like I have like a timer above my head now, and like quite literally all my fears like came true, and or at least I, I wouldn't say it came true, but it makes the fears much more real, because now it's not just baseless fear that has no base in reality. Now there actually is a threat, and it's just a lot of change has to happen, and it's just, and I've been past few days, couple days here. I've been really trying to get at the root of kind of where the fear is coming from, and really it's just the fear of death, mortality, and I've actually talked about this before, but it's just the fear of dying or losing loved ones, things like that. People that I really care about. It's really hard for me to accept, I guess, subconsciously. Like, I accept that it's part of reality and there's nothing you could do about it. I'm not delusional or anything like that, but it's such a hard topic, and I feel like everyone kind of relates, I feel, because it's something that we all go through, and yeah, I can't speak for people, but I feel like death is one of those things that a lot of us just shy away from because there's nothing we could do about it, and it's something that's scary for most people, I would imagine. It is for me, and but for me, it's like I just don't have that choice. Like, it's always on my mind, which is really depressing, I know, but it's the fear of it, I should say. And so I instead of worrying about health issues and health anxiety, I'm trying to find peace with the idea of death and dying and things like that. And it's challenging for me. Like exposure therapy. Maybe I need to go to a graveyard or something. It's just like, how do you, I don't know. I guess it seems like that's the only way you can not think or have it not affect you, is to just ignore it. But like, for whatever reason, my brain just can't do that because that's what it fears. And to me, like, my subconscious is like, well, if you ignore it, then it's more of a threat. It's almost like if there's a bear in your apartment, and your brain won't let you ignore it. And since I have an anxious brain, and seems to be the topic that my brain dwells on, it treats it like a bear. And so, I can't seem to ignore it. And every symptom that I get and had in the past would, spark those fears. And now that I've been diagnosed with afib, an actual condition, it's that much more potent, I suppose, for lack of better words. And but a lot of really good things have been happening just within this past month. I met someone really, really special and really close to me. Her name's Kim. She was on the last video I posted, and I feel bad because I haven't talked about her. I don't know. I felt kind of weird bringing her up while I was going through like atrial fibrillation, because it just felt, I don't know. It felt like, oh, I'm going through this really traumatic thing. Oh, and this is my girlfriend, by the way. It's kind of weird way to introduce it, But I met someone. She's really special, really sweet and supportive, and I've genuinely like never actually met someone like her, that I cared that much for. But lost my train of thought. My doctor, to elaborate more on that, because I talked a little bit on it, but I was at work at the time, so I was kind of busy. But they have a little, I think it's a Chad score. I think there's other syllables. I can't remember, but it's a score that measures your risk factors. And you get like a point for like each one. So they'll be like, have you had heart disease? If yes, then that's like 2 points or whatever. And they ask you all these if you have all these conditions and other variables, and it adds up to a score, and that score is how they kind of determine how they treat you, and like your risk factor for the stroke. And I was really low. If I remember right, I think I had I had 0 was my score. So he said I was like 1% chance of a stroke. So that is good news, really good news, actually. My biggest fear, though, is just it progressing into something worse. The afib progressing into permanent afib, and then you have to get surgery, and sometimes that doesn't even work, and it's real scary, and and a part of me feels I got really, really, really depressed and just very emotional, like, and Kim has helped me through a lot. It's kind of funny because during the weekdays when I'm at work and home alone and stuff, that's where my mind is at, and with health and stuff. And I always look forward to the weekend because I usually see her every weekend. And then, like, when I'm there, I mean, the thoughts are still there, in the background, but it just dissipates mostly, and it's nice. And she makes me like value life. I don't know how to explain it right. She makes me live in the moment, type of thing, and like appreciate the time. I know it sounds like I'm dying, but I'm okay. But it's just the preparation. It's a long journey ahead, I feel, and it's a lot to take in at once. A lot of life changes that I've been planning to make anyways, but would have preferred not to have this as my motivation. But anyways, I'm gonna go to the gym now. I'll keep you updated, probably show you what I'm doing. I'm gonna probably do mostly aerobic stuff. I'm gonna start off light. I'm probably gonna do some maybe a little jogging, swimming, maybe, things like that. Bikes, they have like one of those bikes where you cycle in place. I'm gonna do that, and let you know if I have any weird symptoms or anything like that. So me and my friend Tyler went to the gym, and I was kind of nervous but kind of excited at the same time. Like I said, I was gonna do a bunch of cardio from now on for a while now. Did the elliptical, bit of a treadmill, and the bicycle and the stairs today. I ran 1 mile on the treadmill, 2.5 miles on the elliptical, 10 miles on the bike, and I did the stairs for about 15 minutes. I was sweating bullets that day, and it felt really good. Luckily, I didn't have any palpitations or anything like that, so I was feeling pretty happy and confident. I try to keep my heart rate at about 130 to 140 the entire time consistently, because I'm just trying to build up my heart. Then when I feel like it's getting too fast or I'm getting anxious, I'll kind of slow down for a little bit until it goes back down, and then work my way back up again. I was here for about 2 hours. It's about a 2-hour workout, I'd say. Then afterwards, I got some healthy drinks. Then me and Tyler decided to go to the park. It was a beautiful, cold day, but it was really beautiful, and we walked about half a mile to a mile along the river. It's another good way to get the heart moving, and it was such a nice day, and the air was cool and crisp. It was just refreshing. The next day, me and Tyler went to the gym again, ran 1 mile on the treadmill, another 2 miles on the elliptical, and about 12 miles on the bike. And today was a little tougher. I was starting to have a little small symptoms here and there. Not flutters or anything, but my heart rate went up quite a bit. Even with the beta blockers on, I've been taking those consistently. And so I checked in to see if that was normal, and it's normal. So, but I was having some symptoms and I got a little discouraged. But afterwards, we went for a hike at Blackhawk State Park. It's a beautiful place. We've been here plenty of times. Another beautiful, cool autumn day. Nice crisp air, and it's such a beautiful time to go hiking. We hiked about 1.5 miles, I'd say. A lot of hills, tough terrain, kind of. Is a good way to end the day and end my cardio. The next day, I busted my ass at work, and I was really tired afterwards, especially with the medicine I'm on. And I wanted to go to the gym, but I was just so tired, and I just took a small nap and woke up pretty rejuvenated. So I ended up deciding to throw on a coat and go out for a night run. Originally, I was just going to run just a small amount. Not a whole lot because it was pretty cold, and so I started running, and surprisingly I got a little bit of a second wind because I was still a little tired at first too, and so I ran a lot farther than I had planned. I was using Google Maps as sort of my guide. Ended up running about 1.5 miles, which is usually about what I run at the gym. It was really refreshing, and it was just nice to get the blood pumping again, getting my heart rate up and trying to stay healthy. And I was pretty proud of myself since I decided to end up running. So felt productive way to end the day. In case you're wondering why it's silent and it looks like I'm talking to myself, it's because I was talking to you guys like I am now, except I had music on, and I didn't know it would also film the music as well. So I had to mute it so I don't get copyright striked. And I'm slowly weaning off smoking. I haven't barely smoked at all. I'm just smoking just a few every time I get like a really bad craving. Trying to wean off instead of going cold turkey. So I just got out of the shower. It's early in the morning. I'm gonna go to work here soon, so I gotta kind of make it quick. But I've been feeling really, really depressed when I wake up, which is kind of weird. And don't know why, but it's just really, really strong. Like I feel it really strongly. And it's just really, really strong emotions, and I don't even know how to like describe it. I mean, it's just depression, but like I don't know. I think it's just a combination of the afib and the anxiety and everything, and like the more I value things in my life, and the more it's kind of sad, but it's like the more I value something in my life, or the more good things that happen, the more I'm afraid of losing it. And like the afib, like kind of adds to that fear because of my health anxiety, and then it's just I don't know how to fight it, you know. I've been eating healthy now for the past almost week now. Been working out, most cardio, and it's been helping a lot, but it's just I don't know. Everyone, I'm in the middle of a panic attack right now, kind of stuttering. I don't know, I just felt like filming it. It might make me feel better, just get my mind off it, and to kind of show you what it's like. It's kind of bad right now. Took a clonazepam. Yeah, it's bad. I think it's because I'm talking about it is why it's getting so bad. My heart rate is going up. Kind of dizzy. I ended up calling the ambulance and get checked out that night. The panic attack caused a little bit of an afib episode as well that they called in the EKG in the ambulance. But the pills kicked in and ended up having it go back to sinus rhythm. And my anxiety attack went down. Been with the health anxiety, it's been an emotional roller coaster for me. But I've been getting better. I've been working out for about 2 weeks with cardio and eating healthier. You know, I've had the fear of death for a long time, even though it's not life-threatening. It's, always on my mind. It's kind of what the winter represents. But someone taught me, it's not how much time you have, but how you spend the time. I remember I'll be an emotional wreck through the week. And by the weekend, I'll see my girlfriend Kim, and it'll just all melt away. And I'm not just saying that. She's really special, and she makes me very happy.
Hello. Are you taking a picture?
No.
What's the bright light?
You're looking gorgeous. It's a video.
Why are you doing a video?
You can't get you and me in the same frame.
It's so tiny.
My life has been so much better since I met my other half. I mean, she's just like me. We struggle. We have the same struggles, the same passions. And she's just a beautiful human being. And she always brings a smile to my face. And we lean on each other, She's helped me with a lot. And